Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. This time, we're going to be looking at something I know a lot of you are curious about, and that is the potential of freelance copywriting. To rake in some serious we're talking like the $5,000 a month, work from anywhere, the whole 9 yards, the whole deal.
Yeah.
And to really investigate this, we're going to be dissecting a sales page for a course called the Six-Figure Copywriter course by a guy named Brandon, who claims to have cracked the code to copywriting success.
Okay.
Now, this sales page is a goldmine. I mean, it is just packed with persuasive language testimonials and promises of financial freedom. It's basically teaching us copywriting tricks before we even sign up.
Right.
I mean,
it's like a meta lesson in persuasive writing.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like Brandon is saying, look what I can do with words. Imagine what you could achieve if you learn from me.
Yeah.
But before we get totally swept away, we're going to break down his claims and see if they actually hold water.
Absolutely. We got to be discerning consumers, right?
Yeah.
Analyzing the techniques that are being used to influence us.
Yeah, put on our detective hats.
Yeah.
And really dissect this thing. So Brandon starts by laying out what he calls his 4-phase fast lane to $100,000.
Okay.
Master the writing, find the clients, manage them well, and then scale up to 6 figures. He makes it sound so simple.
It does sound.
I bet you've got some thoughts on this.
He's definitely appealing to our desire for a clear and achievable path to success.
Right.
We all love a good roadmap. But the thing is, copywriting success isn't always linear. It's more like a dance.
Okay.
Where you're constantly learning, adapting, and refining your approach as you go.
So it's not just about checking boxes and moving through the phases in a perfectly ordered way.
You might find yourself circling back to earlier stages, revisiting the fundamentals, or maybe trying out different strategies as you gain experience and discover what really works best for you.
That makes sense. All right, so let's dive into phase 1, mastering the writing. Brandon hypes up his 30-day copy mastery method, claiming he can get even complete beginners ready to land clients within a month. Is that even realistic? I mean, learning to write persuasive copy seems like it takes years of practice.
Yeah, it's a bold claim.
Yeah.
And it taps into that desire we all have for quick results.
Right.
But it's important to understand what mastery even means in this context. He's not promising to turn you into like a Don Draper overnight. It's about achieving a functional level of skill. Enough to write basic copy that can actually get results for clients.
So it's more about rapid skill acquisition than achieving true mastery. Okay.
Right. And he emphasizes daily exercises and hands-on learning in his method. This approach is actually rooted in some pretty solid learning principles. Think about it like learning a new language. Immersion and consistent practice lead to faster fluency.
It's like learning to play an instrument.
Exactly.
You don't have to be a concert pianist to start playing simple songs.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
It's about getting to a point where you can confidently create copy that meets the basic needs of clients, even if you're still refining your style and technique over time.
I like that. Okay, so you've got the writing chops down. Now, how do you actually find people to pay you for those skills? That's where Brandon's sniper bomb outreach system comes in. And I gotta say, the name alone is intriguing.
It definitely grabs your attention.
Yeah.
And remember, he's claiming that this system has helped over 30 of his students land their first paid client within a month.
Wow.
All without cold outreach.
Cold outreach.
No spamming inboxes. No making those dreaded cold calls.
Wait, hold on. No cold outreach. How is that even possible? It seems like every freelance guide out there stresses the importance of reaching out to potential clients, even if it feels a bit cold.
He's tapping into a common pain point for a lot of freelancers.
Yeah.
Cold outreach can feel awkward, intrusive, and often has a pretty low success rate. So instead of blasting out generic messages, Brandon focuses on building warmer relationships before pitching services. It's like laying the groundwork before you even ask for the sale.
So it's more about strategic relationship building than aggressive self-promotion. I like it.
He talks about engaging with potential clients on social media, leaving thoughtful comments, sharing their posts, maybe even sending a quick message, expressing your appreciation for their work.
Okay, so you're subtly getting on their radar without being pushy about your services.
Exactly. You're building familiarity and establishing yourself as a valuable resource within their industry. You might even contribute valuable insights to relevant online communities where your ideal clients hang out, further demonstrating your expertise.
So when you eventually do reach out with a pitch,
Yeah.
it's not coming out of the blue. They already have a sense of who you are,
That's basically.
what you bring to the table.
You've laid the groundwork for a warm, receptive conversation. It's less about selling and more about building a genuine connection.
That sounds a lot less intimidating than sending out a bunch of cold emails and just hoping for the best. But I'm also wondering, wouldn't this take a lot more
They
grit,
can
sweat, effort?
initially.
Yeah.
But the key is to focus on building relationships strategically, targeting a select group of ideal clients, rather than trying to reach everyone at once.
So it's like that saying, work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. And remember, building strong relationships is an investment in your business. These connections can lead to repeat clients' referrals and even collaborations that could really boost your growth.
Okay, so we've seen how Brandon promises to fast-track your writing skills
Yeah.
and help you connect with clients. But now let's talk about what really sells this course. His own success story. It is front and center on the sales page.
Yeah.
It's the classic rags to riches narrative.
It's a tale as old as time, but it never fails to capture our imaginations.
I know, right? He paints this picture of hating writing, feeling trapped in a soul-crushing job, and then bam, six-figure income, quits his job, moves to Thailand with his wife. I mean, who wouldn't be drawn to that?
It's a masterclass in using storytelling to create an emotional connection with potential buyers.
Yeah.
He's tapping into our deepest desires for freedom, escape from the mundane, and achieving that financial independence. It's like he's saying, if I can do it, so can you.
And it's not just his story, right? The page is overflowing with testimonials from students who are apparently living the dream. They're landing clients, they're ditching their 9-to-5s, they're making more money than they ever thought possible.
These testimonials are strategically placed to build social proof and create that sense of community around the course. It's like he's saying, look at all these people who have already achieved success with my method. You can be one of them.
It's definitely persuasive. I mean, seeing all those success stories makes you think maybe I can do this too. But I also know you're a big advocate for critical thinking.
Yeah.
So how do we evaluate these testimonials without getting totally swept away by the hype?
That's a great point. It's important to remember that testimonials are a marketing tool. They're carefully selected and presented to highlight those positive experiences. While they can offer some valuable insights, we need to approach them with a discerning eye.
So it's not about dismissing them entirely, but about reading between the lines and looking for substance beyond just the glowing praise.
Ask yourself, what specific details are they sharing? Are they providing concrete examples of how the course actually helped them? Are there any common threads or patterns in their stories? And crucially, do they feel authentic? Do their voices resonate with you?
That's a great point. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement, but we need to remember that every story has multiple sides.
Right. And while these testimonials might be genuine, it's crucial to consider that they represent a curated selection of successful students.
So while it's inspiring to see these success stories, we need to keep in mind that individual results may vary.
Precisely. And that brings us to a really important point. Brandon doesn't just rely on compelling stories and testimonials to sell his course. He also backs it all up with not one but two money-back guarantees.
Right. He guarantees you'll reach a $5,000 monthly income within 6 months or your money back.
Yeah.
And then there's that 365-day satisfaction guarantee. It's like he's saying, I'm so confident in my course that I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is.
Those guarantees are powerful psychological tools. They signal confidence in the program's effectiveness and aim to reduce the perceived risk for potential buyers.
It's like he's removing all the barriers to entry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
However, it's important to dig a little deeper.
You're saying there's probably some fine print involved?
There often is.
Yeah.
For instance, that $5,000 income guarantee likely comes with certain conditions. You'll probably have to complete the course, engage in those daily tasks, and actively seek out clients.
So it's not a magic wand that automatically conjures up clients and cash. You still have to put in the work.
Precisely. And that's a crucial point to keep in mind. No course, no matter how well designed or how compelling the sales pitch, can guarantee success without that individual effort and commitment.
Okay, so we've started to peel back the layers of this persuasive sales page. We've got the 4-phase plan, the intriguing outreach system, the compelling success stories, and those bold guarantees. But I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
Indeed, there's still much more to unpack,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to the actual content of the course
Yeah.
and the nuances of Brandon's approach.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Let's kind of shift gears now and really unpack what Brandon is actually offering in this six-figure copywriter course.
Okay.
Remember, he structures it around his four-phase fast lane to $100,000.
Yeah.
But we're going a bit beyond just the surface level here.
Exactly. We've talked about like the shiny promises and all that, but now I really want to know like what is actually inside this course? What is he teaching? And does it live up to all the hype?
Let's find out. Phase 1, master copywriting. This is where that 30-day copy mastery method really kicks in. It's essentially a crash course in copywriting fundamentals, covering a whole range of topics.
Okay.
We're talking consumer psychology, classic copywriting formulas, hands-on exercises, even real-time breakdowns of successful copy.
So it's not just theory. He's actually making you write.
Right. You can't learn to swim just by reading a book.
Yeah.
It's about diving into the deep end and really getting your hands dirty.
Right.
This aligns perfectly with your preference for those actionable steps and practical knowledge. Brandon isn't just telling you what to do. He's showing you how to do it.
I like that. And he also emphasizes finding your niche early on, which you've always said is so important.
It is, because there are just so many different types of copywriting out there.
Yeah.
That can feel overwhelming for beginners.
I can imagine. It's like walking into this giant supermarket with like a million aisles, and you're like, where do I even begin?
You need to focus on what you're good at, what you enjoy, and what the market actually needs. Specialization allows you to position yourself as an expert, command those higher rates, and attract the right clients.
So instead of being a jack of all trades, you become like the go-to person for a specific type of copywriting.
You become the go-to person for, say, e-commerce landing pages, or maybe high-converting email sequences.
Okay.
Clients are willing to pay a premium for that specialized expertise.
Makes sense. All right, so you've honed your writing skills, you found your niche. What's next?
Phase 2, landing those clients. This is where that sniper bomb outreach system comes into play, which honestly still sounds a bit like a secret weapon to me.
It does have that air of mystery to it.
It does. And remember, Brandon's claiming that this system can help you land your first paying client within a month without resorting to those dreaded cold emails or those awkward sales calls.
Which honestly sounds too good to be true. Like, how can you build a six-figure business without putting yourself out there at least a little bit?
That's a valid point. He might be oversimplifying things a bit here.
Yeah.
However, his approach does challenge that traditional emphasis on really aggressive outreach. So instead of blasting out generic messages to like a massive list, he advocates for a more targeted, relationship-driven approach. It's about quality over quantity.
So what does that actually look like in practice?
Imagine this. You've identified a few ideal clients, businesses that align perfectly with your niche and your values. Instead of hitting them with a cold pitch right away, you start by engaging with their content on social media.
Okay.
Leaving thoughtful comments, sharing their posts, maybe even sending them a quick message, expressing your appreciation for their work.
So you're subtly getting on their radar without being pushy about your services.
Exactly. You're building familiarity and establishing yourself as a valuable resource within their industry. You might even contribute some valuable insights to relevant online communities where your ideal clients hang out.
Okay.
Further demonstrating your expertise.
So when you eventually do reach out with a pitch, it's not coming out of the blue. They already have a sense of who you are and what you bring to the table.
Precisely, you've laid the groundwork for a warm, receptive conversation. It's less about selling and more about building a genuine connection.
That sounds a lot less intimidating than like sending out a bunch of cold emails and just hoping for the best. But I'm also wondering, wouldn't this take like a lot more time and effort?
Initially.
Yeah.
But the key is to focus on building those relationships strategically.
Yeah.
Targeting a select group of ideal clients rather than trying to reach like everyone at once.
So it's like that saying, work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. And remember, building strong relationships is an investment in your business.
Right.
These connections can lead to repeat clients referrals, even collaborations that can significantly boost your growth.
All right, let's move on to phase 3. Managing those clients. This sounds less glamorous, but I'm guessing it's pretty crucial to actually running a successful freelance business.
Absolutely. Landing the client is only half the battle. Keeping them happy and delivering exceptional work is what turns those one-time gigs into long-term relationships.
Okay, so what kind of guidance does Brandon actually offer in this phase?
He dives into the nitty-gritty of client management.
Okay.
We're talking onboarding, setting clear expectations, conducting effective research, managing revisions, and ensuring timely delivery. It's about professionalism communication and building that trust.
So it's not just about being a good writer, but also like a good business person.
Exactly. You need to wear multiple hats as a freelancer.
Okay.
You got to be the writer, the project manager, the communicator, and sometimes even like a therapist.
Wow. All right, so you've mastered the writing, you've landed the clients, you've kept them happy. Now it's time for the grand finale. Phase 4, scaling to 6 figures.
This is where you go.
Yeah.
From freelancer to like CEO of your own copywriting empire.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What kind of scaling secrets does he reveal in this phase?
He focuses on strategies to grow your business beyond just those initial clients. We're talking securing those coveted retainer deals, strategically raising your rates, leveraging testimonials to build that social proof, and ultimately creating a sustainable system that allows you to scale your income without burning yourself out.
Retainers sound like the holy grail of freelancing, like consistent income month after month.
It is the dream, but I'm guessing they're not that easy to come by.
They require a track record of success, a strong portfolio, and the ability to demonstrate consistent value to those clients.
You need to prove that you're not just a good writer, but you're also a reliable partner who can actually help them achieve their business goals.
So it's about building that long-term trust and becoming an indispensable part of their team.
Exactly. And as you gain experience and build your reputation, you can start raising your rates, attracting those higher paying clients, and ultimately reaching that 6-figure income goal.
Okay, so we've covered the 4 phases of Brandon's roadmap, but he doesn't stop there, right?
Oh no, there's more.
He throws in a bunch of bonuses to really sweeten the deal.
Bonuses galore. They can be a valuable addition, especially for new freelancers who are just getting started. You know, they provide extra support and resources to really help you implement what you've learned.
Okay, let's break those down a little bit. What does he offer?
He includes a comprehensive workbook with daily action steps, a crash course on email marketing, which is a valuable skill for any copywriter, a swipe file packed with successful copywriting examples, and even recordings of live Q&A sessions from his coaching program.
That swipe file sounds like a goldmine. It's basically like a collection of proven copywriting formulas and templates that you can just adapt for your own clients.
Exactly. It's like having a cheat sheet of effective copywriting techniques that you can use to save time and get results. And the Q&A recordings provide some valuable insights into common challenges and how to overcome them.
Okay.
It's like getting a sneak peek into the minds of successful copywriters.
But even with all these bonuses and the guarantees and everything, I still have this one like nagging question. Does this course actually deliver on its promises? I mean, how do we really know if it's worth the investment?
That's the million-dollar question. And honestly, there's no easy answer. We can analyze the structure, the content, the marketing tactics. But the true measure of any course is the results achieved by those who actually take it.
So those testimonials we were dissecting earlier might actually hold the key to answering this question.
They can provide valuable insights. But we need to be discerning consumers, as always.
Right.
Are there any independent reviews of the course available online? Can you find any former students who are willing to share their honest experiences, both the positive and the negative ones?
So it's about doing your due diligence.
Exactly.
Just like you would with any other big investment.
Don't just rely on the sales page. Gather as much information as you can, weigh the pros and cons, and make an informed decision based on your individual needs, goals, and of course, your budget.
Okay, so we've unpacked the course content, those tempting bonuses, and even talked about how to evaluate whether it's the right fit for you. But Brandon doesn't stop there, does he?
He does not. Remember those Black Friday deals he was promoting?
Oh, yeah.
He's not just offering the course. He's pushing 3 exclusive coaching packages designed to provide more personalized support and guidance.
Oh, yeah, the classic upsell. It's a smart marketing tactic, I'll give him that.
Right.
But it also makes sense because some people thrive in a group learning environment, while others prefer that like one-on-one attention.
Exactly. It's about catering to different learning styles and budgets. So let's break down these coaching options. What's he offering?
Okay, so he's got these 3 different coaching packages.
He does.
And they range in price and obviously in level of support. that they provide.
Yeah, the first one is called Launchpad, and it's the most affordable option. It basically gives you access to a private community, group coaching calls, and some bonus resources. It's a good option if you're on a tighter budget and you thrive in that kind of a collaborative learning environment.
Makes sense.
Then there's the Accelerator package. This one steps it up a notch. You get everything in Launchpad, but you also get personalized feedback on your copy and direct access to Brandon for Q&A.
Oh, so you actually get to pick his brain.
Exactly.
Right.
Which could be super valuable.
Well, right.
And then there's the top tier package. It's called Elite.
Elite, okay. I bet it's got all the bells and whistles.
It does. It includes everything from the other two packages, plus weekly one-on-one coaching calls with Brandon, a custom website review, help with creating your portfolio, and even access to his network of potential clients.
That is pretty elite.
If you're really serious about fast-tracking your success and you're willing to invest a significant amount up front, this could be the way to go.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here with Brandon's sales page, his course, and even those Black Friday coaching packages.
I have.
But before we wrap up our deep dive, I want to kind of zoom out a bit.
Okay.
You know, we've dissected one specific course, but what does this all tell us about the bigger picture of freelance copywriting? Is that dream of six-figure income and that laptop lifestyle actually attainable?
It's a question that a lot of people are asking, and honestly, the answer isn't a simple yes or no. Freelance copywriting, like any entrepreneurial path, has its own set of challenges and rewards. There's no magic bullet, but with the right approach, it can be an incredibly fulfilling and lucrative career.
So it's not all sunshine and rainbows and passive income on the beach.
Not exactly. It takes more than just being good with words.
Yeah.
You need to understand the psychology of persuasion.
Right.
You have to master the business side of things. Yeah. And you absolutely have to be persistent.
So what would you say to someone listening to this deep dive who is seriously considering taking the plunge into freelance copywriting? Where should they even start?
Well, first and foremost, invest in developing your writing skills.
Okay.
You mentioned Brandon's course.
Yeah.
But there are countless other resources out there. There are online courses, books, workshops, mentorships. Find what resonates with you and just dive in.
So it's about finding the right learning path for your style and your budget.
And don't just passively absorb information. Practice consistently. Write every day, even if it's just for 15 minutes.
It's like anything else. The more you do it, the better you get.
Precisely. And as you're honing your writing skills, start building a strong online presence.
You mean a website, a portfolio, social media profiles, that sort of thing?
Yes. Showcase your work, highlight your skills, tell your story. This is how you attract clients. And establish yourself as a professional.
And networking is crucial too, right?
Absolutely.
Building relationships with other copywriters and potential clients.
Attend industry events. Join online communities. Be generous with your knowledge. You never know where your next opportunity will come from.
It's all about building that credibility and that trust, showing potential clients that you're the real deal.
And remember, freelance success ultimately boils down to this: providing consistent value to your clients.
So it's not just about writing clever copy, but about truly understanding your clients' needs and delivering results that exceed their expectations. Exactly.
Happy clients are your best marketing tool. They'll come back for more, they'll refer you to others, and they'll sing your praises online.
Okay, so we've covered the practical steps, but there's one more thing I want to touch on. Something we've kind of hinted at throughout this entire deep dive.
What's that?
The ethics of persuasion.
That's a crucial topic, especially when we're talking about a field that's all about influencing people's decisions.
We've seen how skillfully Brandon uses language and storytelling to sell his course. But as copywriters, where do we draw the line? How do we make sure we're using our powers for good?
It starts with being honest and transparent.
Okay.
Don't overpromise or make claims that you can't back up.
Yeah.
Focus on providing genuine value to your clients and their audience.
So it's about using persuasion ethically.
Exactly.
Not manipulating people into buying things they don't need.
And as consumers, we need to be aware of these tactics too. Don't just take every sales page or every testimonial at face value. Ask questions.
Right.
Do your research and trust your gut.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of six-figure copywriting, what's the key takeaway you want our listeners to walk away with?
I'd say the path to freelance success, whether in copywriting or in any other field, really requires a combination of skill dedication and ethical decision-making. Invest in yourself, build those authentic relationships, provide consistent value, And always remember to wield the power of persuasion responsibly.
Great advice. And hey, who knows, maybe after this deep dive, some of our listeners will be well on their way to achieving that laptop lifestyle.
I hope so. It's all about taking that first step and embracing the journey.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, stay curious.